The baby survived, but what the doctors discovered changed Lacey's life forever. The delivery room remained silent. No one knew what to say. The doctor slowly walked toward Lacey, holding the baby carefully. His voice was gentle. "Your baby is alive." He paused, then continued, "But your child was born without a fully developed spine." Lacey froze. She couldn't breathe. She reached for her baby and burst into tears. The child fought for life for only a few weeks. Then, the baby died. Lacey's world collapsed. She cried day and night. She couldn't eat. She couldn't sleep. She kept asking herself one question: why? Months later, she became pregnant again. This time, she prayed harder. She fasted. She attended every prayer meeting she could find. She believed God would give her another chance. But she lost the baby before birth. Then another pregnancy came. Another miscarriage. Again and again. Hope slowly disappeared. Lacey was no longer the cheerful woman everyone once knew. The expensive house no longer made her smile. The luxury she once admired had become her prison. Then one evening, she overheard two elderly women talking outside her compound. One of them whispered, "Didn't you hear?" People have always feared that old woman. The other nodded. "They say strange things follow her." That snake wasn't ordinary. It was sent. Lacey's heart skipped a beat. She immediately remembered the pastor's warning. Not every snake comes from the forest. Some are sent. For the first time, fear replaced regret, but her suffering wasn't over. The same man she left Daniel for began coming home late. He stopped answering her calls. The arguments returned. Then, the beating started. Everything Grace had once cried about, Lacey was now living through. One afternoon, Lacey followed him. She watched from a distance. As he held another young woman's hand, her knees became weak. When she confronted him, he didn't deny it. Instead, he looked her straight in the eyes and said, "If I could leave my first wife for you, what made you think I couldn't leave you for someone else?" Lacey felt her world shatter. She finally understood. She hadn't won. She had simply taken someone else's place. Days later, unable to bear the pain anymore, she searched for Grace. It took months, but she eventually found her. Grace was living in another town. She had started a small business. She looked peaceful. Lacey fell to her knees. Through tears, she whispered, "Please forgive me." Grace looked at her for a long moment, then quietly helped her stand. She smiled sadly. "I forgave you a long time ago." Lacey couldn't stop crying. Grace continued, "The day I left that house, I wasn't losing my husband. I was escaping my suffering." Those words pierced Lacey's heart. As she walked away, she saw someone familiar. Daniel. He was standing beside his car. His wife walked toward him carrying their little daughter. Daniel smiled, lifted the child into his arms, and kissed her forehead. Lacey stood frozen. She remembered the baby she had chosen not to keep, the future she had thrown away, the man who had truly loved her. For the first time, she realized she had never been chasing love. She had been chasing luxury, and in doing so, she lost everything that truly mattered. The house, the money, the marriage, none of it brought her peace. Sometimes, the life you envy is the very life God is trying to save you from. The end.
Never compare your journey with someone else's. What looks like a perfect life on the outside may be hiding pain you cannot see. Greed can make you lose the very blessing that was already meant for you. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe. Now tell me in the comments, do you think Lacey deserved everything that happened to her? And where are you watching from? Let me know in the comments.